Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm a quilter. But today my boys thought I could do more than that. My son wanted me to make these little bags. I'm not sure exactly what the purpose was, but we followed who's we? I mean, I followed a tutorial. I didn't like the way it came out. I just did it with a little bit of muslin and it didn't seem to pooch out how we wanted. So I made the circle smaller on the bottom. I couldn't figure out how to do it, so I had to take a tuck in it. And then it didn't look any different really than the other. So I thought I really have to go smaller with the circle on the bottom. This is still about I think about 11-inch rectangle that I sewed together, and then I only made a 3.5-inch circle on the bottom, and to get it to work I pleated. Now I'm not a seamstress, I'm a quilter, so isn't that funny for all you seamstresses out there? I think I'm still going to try to sew a little channel for the casing. I'll press this like I should have done in the first place to make a nice flat edge. I press this edge now, and I'm just going to follow this little guide on my stitch plate here. So I'm not even looking at my needle, I'm looking over here. Shoot. Oh, I should have had it a little bit lower. Well, we'll see how that works. When you live 80 miles from the nearest Walmart, you have to make do with what you have. So I found this Christmas ribbon, and I'm going to make it what I think is going to work. On each side here, I'm just going to cut a little slit. So then with this bodkin, you just thread that through, and then this ball end makes it easy to thread this through. So I just keep gathering it. Am I doing this wrong? Okay, well, it's starting to look kind of good. Oh no. I just panic every step of the way because I tried so hard to get this to be what he wanted. I think you just have to ease it through until it comes. Okay. Just panicking here. There. Well, that's about the best I can do. I wish this would have been down a little bit lower. That's about the best I can do for this time around. I found this star template. This is fusible interfacing. It has the dots on one side, and then thinks he wants the star a little bit smaller than this. So I'll trace it and then sew it to the fabric, then trim and turn it so there's no raw edges, so it'll be a little bit smaller. Then you rough cut around it first. You don't cut on the lines yet. That's going to be your sewing line. So you need extra around. Then here's the color for the star. This is a batik fabric, so there's no right or wrong, but typically you'd lay the dots down on the right side of the fabric, and then with a very small stitch, say 1.8 or so, I'll stitch right on the lines. Isn't that crazy what one little stitch can make such a difference? Okay. Now I've stitched around the star. And this is where, now I'm going to cut on the line. That would normally be the stitching line. And since this is pretty small, I might just give it a little bit of a nick at each one of these, not to go up to the stitch, just up to the stitching, not through the stitching, to give it a little ease. And I'm probably going to cut the tips off these, not through the stitches. Okay. And then I just cut a little slit through here because I'm going to turn it inside out. Let me go sideways. Oops. And now, I haven't done this in so long, I almost forgot what I was doing here. And then I push against the fabric side because this is kind of delicate, but you push it down in a straw. That helps you turn it inside out. And I'll just keep, just keep going around. Boy, I hope I remember to turn on the camera because I don't want to make another one of these. I made 5 bags already and I still wasn't happy with them, so I better be recording this. This is the first and last star I want to make. I'm using the flat side of my bodkin to kind of push along the seam I stitched and push out the tips of the star. And here's Pikachu. He's the only one I know.